So I bought my own MOC off AliExpress so that you don't have to, and this is why. The reason I really bought this was to see what they would do with the instructions. I've seen some guys do Speed Champions stuff on Rebrickable and had their work stolen and put on AliExpress, and they've done this exercise as well in buying their own MOCs to see what the VOD quality's like and what happens. And actually, in fact, what they've found is that the instructions have been reverse engineered and designed by whoever's selling them. So they're not the actual instructions off Rebrickable. The people selling this stuff are finding sets on Rebrickable that they think they can sell on AliExpress and then going ahead reverse engineering and making their own. What I thought was really interesting was that with this, I had to chase the guy for the instructions because you're promised that you will be sent the instructions via email, and that didn't happen. And he sent a link, a temporary link that will expire to some sort of Dropbox thing, and I was able to get the PDF from that, but only on the second try. Anyway, turned into a whole thing trying to get the instructions for this. Once I actually got the instructions, downloaded it, opened it up, it was just my instructions. They were literally my instructions off Rebrickable. It had Mad Dad bricks all over it. They didn't try to take anything about Mad Dad bricks out. It had my thank you message. It had my opening few pages of the instructions. They hadn't cut any of that. What they did cut though was they cut the top off the PDF. And the reason they did that is that when you go on Rebrickable and you buy instructions or you download your own instructions, Rebrickable stamps every single page with the username and email address as standard of the person whose account is downloading the instructions. And so that was stamped by default across the top of the PDF that they could just cut off and then repackage. So if you're someone who's on Rebrickable selling instructions, that's the little bit of inside knowledge that I can offer you from having done this exercise, is that you need to go into the settings on Rebrickable and find where the setting is to put the location of the stamp on the page and change that to the middle of the page, because then at least if that information is stamped across the middle of every page of your instructions, that'll make it a lot harder for people to take it and sell it as their own. Now, I am conscious of the fact that I've taken what was a Lego set and remade it and repackaged it and redesigned things to have various functions and things like that, and am selling it as my own design. I'm selling my creativity that's been put on top. So I think that the value that I've added to this set is worth what I'm asking for on Rebrickable. And yeah, so I just wanted to make that clear. I am conscious of the fact that I've taken a design from Lego, reworked it, and am selling the instructions for something that I consider new enough to sell instructions for. What annoys me with the AliExpress situation, not just in this case, but in every other case that it happens, every other case that it happens with, is that those designers don't get the credit for the work that they've put in. It takes a huge amount of effort to come up with a design. I mean, I'm working on some sort of Electron base thing at the moment with a little airlock and stuff, so I'm trying to get something happening with that as an alt build for a Renegade. for the Blacktron Renegade set. But look, it takes a lot of time. You sit there, you guys know how long it takes to build a Lego set and then end up digitizing it and putting all the instructions together, putting it on Rebrickable, getting it out there on Instagram and all the different places, and getting people to try and, you know, buy the instructions. Yeah. And when people just take that, it eats away at the designer community little by little. There are decent Chinese companies that make bricks and work with designers and pay designers. And I've actually been fortunate enough to work with 2 so far. I've just started this year working with 2 Chinese-based companies that will be producing one of my big designs, and 3 designs are already up for sale on Less DIY Bricks. So if you go to their website and search Mad Dad Bricks on lessdiy.de or .com, you'll find both my Stevenson's Rocket MOCs as well as my Redback Power Chair, the wheelchair MOC. They're all for sale, and I do get a commission from designing those and providing those as sets available for purchase. So there you go. So if you want to do it properly, buy the instructions from Rebrickable, or buy from a reputable authorized seller of off-brand sets, or buy the instructions from Rebrickable and then get the parts inventory and get the parts from somewhere else if you don't want to spend the money buying genuine Lego stuff. But like, genuine Lego stuff is better. I mean, like with this, there were a few mistakes. I got 4 pieces that didn't need to be used, one of which has already broken. I actually don't know how that happened. I don't know whether I did that or whether it came like that. I have no idea. And I had to pull a few parts from my own inventory to be able to put this together. There were a few missing bits. So there you go. There's my review of the AliExpress version of the MIDI scale Dark Falcon by Mad Dad Bricks. Oh man, there you go. I hope you got something out of that. Subscribe if you haven't already. I don't regularly put videos up, so if you want to know when one of my videos is coming or has come out, hit that notification bell like everyone says you should. That's a good idea. And like and comment. I'd really be interested to know what you think about, well, this set, but also in this design, but also the whole AliExpress Rebrickable situation. So there you go. Until next time, build like mad, and I'll see you in the next one.